What is up, everybody? It's me, J-Rod, the filmmaker, former filmmaker, frequent fighting gamer from Philadelphia, and today I want to talk to you guys about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, the new fighting game that is coming out from Arc System Works that's going to feature Marvel characters in a 4v4 fighting format. And it looks amazing, but we've honestly not gotten much from Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls since it was announced a couple months ago, like around Summer Game Fest weekend, actually. Now, we have gotten a bit, but there haven't been any new reveals from Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. No new characters, no new trailers or any of that, but we did get like a sort of instructional video, a beginner's guide that I'm playing in the background right now. And we also got a demo, well, some people, the people who got to go to EVO weekend, got to play a demo of Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So there is a lot of new gameplay footage out and people are getting first impressions with the actual game. Also, they announced a closed beta will be coming very soon for PlayStation 5 players. Unfortunately, that doesn't include me because I'm going to be playing this game on PC most likely. But I am excited for any like early access, new footage, demo, beta, alpha, whatever we can get from Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, because it looked really fun when they announced that first ever gameplay showcase of it. It has a lot of really interesting characters and I cannot wait to play it personally as a fighting game channel. It looks like it's going to be one of the most fun fighting games of next year. But because we haven't gotten any new characters or anything for the game, it's left me to sit here and speculate on which characters I would like to see in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls when the game comes out next year. And so I did what I always do, and I made a list of characters that I would want to see on the Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls roster. And this isn't my first time doing a video like this, because about 4 years ago, there was a rumor of NetherRealm Studios making a Marvel fighting game. It came from like an interview with Ed Boon where he was asked if he had ever met with Marvel about making a game, and he revealed that yes, he had met with Marvel about making a game.
Ever had one conversation with Marvel about making a fighting game?
Yes.
What? When?
I did. But I probably shouldn't talk about it.
Seemingly nothing had come from that sort of meeting with Marvel, but I think that meeting was probably the same meeting that got Arc System Works the license with Marvel to make this game that we're talking about right now. Obviously, we don't have the timeline of the development of games like this, but about 4 years ago when I made that video and that rumor was out, lines up with a possible date that actually Arc System Works got the contract to make Tokon Fighting Souls. And it's possible that the same meeting that did not lead to an NRS made Marvel fighting game eventually was the meeting that led to this Arc System Works fighting game. But either way, I am happy and excited with what we're getting with Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, and I'm still excited to see something new from NetherRealm Studios, more likely than not an Injustice game. And I've already done a couple videos about what I want to see in the next Injustice game, and that is going to be the characters I want to see in the roster, but also a video about which features I want to see in the next Injustice game. So check out those videos if you're feeling a little more DC Injustice, but this is going to be about Marvel. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. Oh, actually, first, do me a favor and hit me with the 3-hit combo. Make sure you guys smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell, because we're getting closer and closer to 900 subscribers, and I can't wait to hit that goal. But I'm going to start by basically talking about characters that are either already confirmed for the game, very likely to be confirmed for the game, or characters that I asked for in the last wish list, which is going to be the Marvel vs. DC wish list. Any character I asked for in that wish list, I would also love to see in this game. There isn't a distinction. If I asked for the Marvel character, then I would love to see them again. So I'm going to reiterate what those characters are if you didn't see that video. But obviously we're getting characters like Captain America, Iron Man, and it's hinted that we'll probably also get Thor. He's actually featured in one of the maps that have already been revealed. So I'm going to assume that he's coming, even though he has not been yet confirmed. Also, I thought it was really cool. I asked for Ghost Rider in that last video, and Ghost Rider is going to be in the game, and it is Robbie Reyes' version of Ghost Rider, apparently. Then Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Miss Marvel is a character I asked for in my original list, a character that I am super fond of, and I'm happy that she is already confirmed to be in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Next up, I also asked for characters I still want to see in the game. Black Panther. That's one that's kind of self-explanatory. I love Black Panther. It's a character I like to main, so I'd love to main him in another game. Ant-Man. I think that NRS already proved the formula with Atom in Injustice, and that they can do really small characters, so I would love to see what this game's version of that looks like. Monica Rambeau, aka Photon, I asked for her in my original wish list, and I still want her in this game because she's one of my favorite characters in the current MCU. And I asked for Loki and Ultron. I would still love to see them in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, so both of those characters. Nova, I think we need more adaptations of Nova. Luckily, he has been in a fighting game before with the Marvel vs. Capcom games, but I would love to see another version of Nova because I think he's a really underrated character that we never got in the MCU proper. Venom, self-explanatory again, it's Venom. He is that character. Even though he's had a couple stinker movies, he's still that character. And Deadpool, another character that, you know, I think would adapt really well to this game like he's been in past games like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Even though we just got this character in a different game, I would love to see Blade come to this game as well. Maybe I'm being greedy, but I don't think we've gotten enough Blade in the live action or animated Marvel universe yet, so the video game realm will be another great place to see Blade. I mean, obviously he has this Marvel Cinematic Universe project that has been worked on, it's kind of in development hell, and maybe we'll get it next year, but also he has his own solo Blade game that is in development that hopefully we'll get, and it won't get canceled, fingers crossed. But even if we get all of that, I still want more Blade because I think he's a really sick character. And then I also said in my original list, I want to see the Defenders. That is going to be Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Daredevil, but also throw in Punisher and also throw in Elektra, because all of those characters would be really sick. And they would honestly round out the street level characters very well. Like, you don't really need a human host if you have all of them. And then I said a bunch of X-Men characters I would love to see, starting with Rogue, Gambit, Kitty Pryde, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, and or X-23, Jean Grey, and I have a bunch of more new X-Men characters later on this list that we'll get to. But that is going to be all the characters from the last list that I still want on this list, so let's get into the brand new characters that I've added to the list. Starting with Bullseye. I think Bullseye would be a really cool character. Obviously, they might make him into like a zoning character with his gimmick being that he doesn't miss, but I would love to see what the close-up hand-to-hand game looks like with that type of character. The next up is Brother Voodoo. I would love to see this character. They've done magic before, but I think that Brother Voodoo could do it in a way that has not yet been done before. And so, yeah, I think he would be really interesting, really unique. And so I want to see Brother Voodoo in this game, and I would love to see how they adapt his moves, his powers, and abilities. And then in that similar vein, maybe I'm reaching a bit here, but I want to see Death. You know that the embodiment of Death is a Marvel character, the character that convinced Thanos to do the Thanos thing. But also we've gotten a live action version of Death in Agatha All Along, played by Aubrey Plaza, and I would love to see another version of this character in a fighting game, because it's the sky's the limit with what you can do with her moveset. Maybe you're reviving characters or you're using dead characters' moves or something along those lines. But it would be really cool to see Lady Death make her appearance in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Also, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I'm a huge fan of characters that are bigger than normal and characters that are smaller than normal. I think Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur would be the perfect mix of both. Plus, you could give her a stance where maybe she has a Moon Girl stance where she's relying on gadgets and she's really small and really fast but takes a lot of damage. And then you get on the Devil stance, the Dinosaur stance, and you're the one doing the heavy damage. I think that would be a really cool idea for her moveset, and I would main, definitely. I want to see the Fantastic Four in this game. I don't think I need to explain it. They're having a moment right now. If you don't believe me, check out my reaction and review of Fantastic Four First Steps from a couple weeks ago. But also capitalize on their popularity right now the same way Marvel Rivals did for their first season. And then throw in Silver Surfer while you're at it. I don't really care which version of the character, but I think that if you can find a way to make Silver Surfer look really cool in a fighting game, then I think that people would love to actually play that character. Also add Vision. Vision is a really cool character, maybe similar to what Kitty Pryde can do on the intangibility part, but I think Vision has a couple other abilities that would make him a unique character and a fun addition to the roster. Quicksilver. This one, I mean, come on, it's a speedster, it's Quicksilver. I think Quicksilver would be cool in this game. And speedsters are just fun to play as. Then after that, I went Kraven the Hunter. I know he had a really bad movie. I know it sucked. I actually saw it, and yes, I can confirm it sucked. But I think that Kraven is a lot cooler than just that one movie that sucked. You know, Kraven was really cool in the Spider-Man 2 video game as a villain, a really like imposing villain for at least the first half of that game. And Kraven is like really cool in most of his iterations, just not in that really bad movie. So bring back Kraven, but do another cool version of the character. Next up, I want to see the Winter Soldier in this game. I don't know if I need to explain it too much, but he's a really cool hand-to-hand character, so I would love to see how they adapt him into a game like this. In a similar vein of Thunderbolts, I would also love to see Sentry. I do have doubts that this character could work and not be super OP, but I think if they could find a way to make him work, I would love to see Sentry in this game. And then next up, like I said, I have more X-Men characters I want to add to the list, but I added later after that initial list that was years ago. So we've got Iceman. Maybe it's a Mortal Kombat, maybe I'm biased, but I think a Cryomancer character would be really cool in this game. And then also Armor. I forgot about this character. Is Armor a mutant? I think Armor is a mutant, right? This is the character. She's kind of new, and her powers are that she can project a suit of armor. I think it's a really cool shtick, I guess. And I would like to see a character like her that is all about defense and durability. Then there's Magic. Magic is another really fun character, another character we got in Marvel Rivals, but I would love to see a fighting game specific version of this character because I am a sword character player. I would love to play a character with a really big sword. I think that's really it. And then Legion, another character that could be OP, but they could also do him right. I asked for the character Crazy Jane in my Injustice 3 roster wish list, and her character is basically, she has a DID, dissociative identity disorder, and she has multiple personalities, and each personality has its own abilities. So depending on who she's playing as, or which character is in the light, as they said in the show, she would have different abilities, a different voice, and a lot of things would be different about her personality. Legion is very similar, where he also has multiple personalities with multiple powers. His mind is kind of split all over the place, but I think that would make a really fun fighting game character, whether or not you know which character you're going in as, or you have to memorize multiple moves lists depending on which personality you get and you're playing as, or you can switch freely between the different personalities and their powers. Either way would make a really cool gimmick for a character, and I think that they should add Legion into the game. I also wanted something similar for Ben 10 if he was ever added to a fighting game, but unfortunately, man, it's 2025 and we still don't have Ben 10 in any fighting game. Next up, also, I want to add Marrow to the game. I think Marrow would be a really cool character. I've always loved her power set, just making bones all over the place and using that to create like armor, using that to create weapons so she can use it offensively or defensively. I think Marrow would be a really cool character. If you know Spike from like the X-Men Evolution cartoon, it's basically the same character. I actually think one was an adaptation of the other. And then I want to see a character that is a shape-shifting power stealer. So I think it should be Morph or Mystique. Similarly, Taskmaster could do the same thing, but I like that Morph and Mystique can actually shapeshift into a character and steal their moves. I think that would be really cool for this game. So yeah, whichever one, maybe both of them, that would actually be a really cool character. And then next up, I want to see some Spiderverse inspired characters, starting off with Prowler, adding another villain to the list, but also a really sick character with a sick design. Prowler, and also Spot. I have been a big fan of this character Spot for a while now, even before he actually got a spot, no pun intended, in Across the Spider-Verse as like the big bad villain. I think his design is just really cool, and I would love to see that like adapted, because basically every Spot is sort of a portal somewhere, so he can do these like portal combos. Similar like maybe what Quan Chi is doing, what Rick is doing in Multiverses. Portal characters are really cool, but this would be another version of that. One more character to round off the list, and that is going to be Quake. If you guys have ever seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you know that Daisy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a hero called Quake. and basically she has like the seismic, earth-shaking, earth control abilities. And I think that would be really cool. I just like the character. I like the moveset, but I also think a nice little wink to anyone who is a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. would be cool. I already kind of consider Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider to be a bit of a wink to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans, because that was one of the coolest parts of the show. But that is the entire list. That is all the characters that I would want to see in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. I know that there are a bunch more. There's almost like an infinite list of Marvel characters if you think about it. And so tell me who you guys want to see in the game more than anything. Who tops your list? And we can compare notes and see who tops your list versus my list. Also, I didn't add any guest characters, so if you have ideas for guest characters, let me know. Obviously, I think like Invincible characters are an obvious choice. The Boys characters are an obvious choice, even though Mortal Kombat sort of did that already. But they could really do, like I said, I'm still waiting for Ben 10 to be a character in a game. I would love to see Power Rangers be a character in another game. But guest characters, the possibility is limitless, so whoever you guys would want to see in it. And if you're not a huge fan of guest characters, that's fine. I understand it. But you guys can tell me who are the Marvel characters you want to see in the Marvel fighting game. I get that some people think that guest characters take slots away from other characters, but honestly, slots are like made up. You know, if they really wanted the character to be in the game, they would add one more slot to the roster to put the character in the game. But you know, guest characters sell games a lot of times. It would be really cool to see, like, we just got Lucy from Cyberpunk Edgerunners in Guilty Gear Strive, so I would love to see maybe David from Edgerunners in this game. That would be cool. But anything else would be super fun. So that's gonna be it for this list and who I would love to see in Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. If we get any more new news about the game, or any new footage, or anything new, a new character or anything, I will be making a video reacting to that. And I will be very excited once we finally get something new for the game, because it does feel like it's been radio silence for a bit. But I'm also doing content for Invincible Versus, the Invincible fighting game. So check out my last Invincible Versus video where we reacted to the gameplay reveal for Omni-Man. Check out my last new main alert video where we played some Street Fighter 6 with Sagat, their newest character. And check out my last few, if you want to see the Injustice videos, check out my Injustice 3 roster wish list and my Injustice 3 feature wish list. We also did a roster wish list and features for the Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game, which I'm sorry to announce to you guys is already canceled. Unfortunately, the Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game that they were making got canceled a little bit after I made that video predicting which characters I want to see in that. So that's unfortunate, but either way, there's a lot of really new fighting games coming out in the next year. There's a lot of new fighting games coming out this year, so there's still a lot to play, a lot to do. But I really do wish we had that Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game. But check out my last few videos, check out all my other reactions, and check out the Injustice 3 videos. And I will see you guys next time. Oh wait, before we get out of here, and do me a favor, and boom, hit me with the 3-hit combo. I need you to smash the like button like Ryu, spear the subscribe button like Scorpion, and kick the notification bell like Kazuya. Oh wait, I messed that up. I need you to smash the like button like the Hulk. I need you to spear the subscribe button like Black Panther, and kick the notification bell like Black Widow for another Marvel video. Check out my reaction to Blade in Marvel Rivals, and check out any of my other videos and live streams, and I will see you guys next time in another new one. Peace out.
I'm gonna super. Uses the target combo with a filler. There's still a chance here. Player 2 will look to apply pressure.
Hold up.
What's gonna happen?
Hold up, hold up.
That's a lot of damage. No, that's a lot of damage.
Fuck. What the hell?